Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Cute Doll podcast. So I'm just playing some games right now, but I actually yeah, I was just farming this thing, but I wanted to like make a topic. I actually I actually like just thought of this, but it's actually been in the works for a really long time. Okay, so I actually made this video one time before. I think I was actually wearing this shirt, but then I deleted it. So I think I'm gonna remake it. I really like wearing my headphones, but I can't hear myself, so I think it's gonna have to go. So I'm like actually really nervous to make this video, but I actually have to make it. Yeah. I think we need to make this. So first let me just buy some pots. I know I have some though. This is my Sork. She's my main. She's so cute. One moment, please. Okay. So I'm actually first gonna find some potions or buy some. I think that should be enough while I like farm other potions in the vicinity. So I am super nervous to talk about this topic because it's not really like, well, actually it is really on brand with me, but honestly, I made this video already. It was like over an hour and I deleted it. And then I only released like the first hour of the video. And that happened like in my early days of the podcast. But I was just farming and I'm like, I feel like talking about it again. So I think I'm just gonna finally make this video and release it into the Netherverse. So here it goes. By the way, I'm streaming live on twitch.tv/qdoll, so be sure to subscribe for free with Prime. Yeah, like I said, it's not really my typical type of content, but I think I should address it because it's something that for me, it comes in waves and it always resurfaces. So I really do want to address it during this video. Okay, I just need to step away for a second, so I hope I'll be fine. Okay, so this is like a really weird topic. Like I said, I feel like it's relevant to me, but it's definitely not on brand for me, but I have to make it. And there's this thing that people say that, like, I've heard before in like the manifestation community and stuff, that they will say they believe, some of them believe that you're given ideas, and if you don't use your idea, um, the divine will give it to someone else and give them that idea, and then they will get that like path illuminated, and then they can make that content. So this has actually crossed my mind before. As I said, I already made this video and I deleted it. I decided to not post it. Yeah, I did make it before. But now, like, literally I was just sitting here and just doing this and trying to make a room on my other character and this character, and then I literally was like, yeah, I feel like making the video like right now. Like, I feel like making it right now while I'm streaming, while I'm farming, and while I'm making this room is just really weird calling. So that thing I just said earlier actually happened to me before. So I wrote 11 books, but one day, so I unpublished all 11 books, and then I republished one book. But one day between when I published 11 books and between when I published one book, one day I was scrolling on my social media, and I was thinking, I was like thinking already, I was like, I should republish a book, like I need to write a book, and then I wasn't doing it. So my idea got re-gifted, and a really famous influencer just all of a sudden, who's not a writer at all, just started writing a book. And I was like, oh my god, my idea was like given away because I didn't like take action on it. So I always try to like really appreciate my ideas and just try to bring them to life in a timely manner, just so that they don't get re-gifted. But yeah, today, as you already know from the title, what we're going to be talking about. So I think that this is a topic that it doesn't have enough resources. This topic does not have enough resources. I feel that people who are being like bullied in today's generation, they actually don't have enough resources and people to go to and resolutions for it. I feel like it's one of like there really are not any resources at all for it. So I just kind of wanted to share, because I am older, so I'm 35, so I'm really good at dealing with it, and the better you are at dealing with it, the less it happens to you. So it's kind of like a catch-22. So I just really wanted to put some resources out there for people who might be dealing with this, because even if you're not an influencer, you might still get picked on, like in your friend group or at school or at work. So I think this is a really important topic. I know personally that there's not any resources. I don't want to say how I know, but I tried to find some resources, and I didn't like what I found, and I didn't like any of the things. Like, there was not enough resources. So I kind of want to just like put out some tools for people to deal with their problems, but with a lot of disclaimers. So first of all, I felt called to make this video and inspired to make this video because I knew that it's a kind of video that it will only help people. So it's really hard for me to explain. So it's one of my only videos that the only angle is that it can serve. It's one of my only pieces of content that is only to serve And I kind of like that. And I am actually gonna make it into a section on my YouTube. I always wanted to do this. So in 2020, we always have to start at the beginning. So in 2020, I had a boyfriend at the time, and it was actually our like first night dating, and I literally was like just messaging him after I finished streaming. And you know how it is when you're in a relationship, at least for girls, or at least for me, it's kind of like just an interrogation. They just ask you a whole bunch of questions and you have to answer all of them, and it's so interrogaty. So they kept asking me all these questions, and then a lot of the questions I felt like, well, I actually want to tell that story because I'm an influencer, so I actually want to tell that story to my whole audience when I'm ready. So I actually put like 3 important causes on a list for myself that I was like, when I get famous one day, these are the ones that I will do like charities for and fundraisers for and important causes and bring awareness to. So it was always my intention, but I kind of wanted to wait to have like a platform before I did it. But I just feel like right now it's just fine. Like I could just do this one right now. So this is one of my 3 causes. Let me just remember my causes. So I don't know how I have how I had 3 causes back then, because it must be like 3 to 4, but I can only think of 3 right now. But anyways, I'm gonna try my best to get to this. It's a really sensitive topic, and obviously it's really difficult even for me to talk about, and that's why it's taking so long for me to convey it to you. So I can only imagine what other people are going through. I empathize with you for those of you who might be facing any kind of bullying, but don't worry, I have a lot of suggestions for you. So first of all, I just want to let you know that I actually, even before I got bullied myself, I used to watch a lot of documentaries, and I saw that in a lot of instances, the people in the documentaries who were bullied as like children or growing up or whatever, they're actually like really the prettiest. Like I'm like, I would just look at the character, I'm like, that character, and these are like real people, and I'm like, that character is like so pretty. And the thing is, like, they don't even know, the characters not even know that they are pretty, and like they get bullied and targeted by people. So first of all, as I said earlier, I empathize with you. I know how hard it is to get bullied. So luckily for me, when I was growing up, I was never bullied because I was really invisible. I used to be like ugly, and people didn't really pay attention to me or notice me. I was just a normal person. I never experienced any heat from the people because they thought I was not an issue. I was just really under the radar. They didn't really see me as a threat. Like, they didn't see how smart I was. I was not pretty, so I was not a problem, pretty much. But as I got older, it started when I was 18, but I didn't even know. So I still didn't even know in med school, but I think it kind of really started getting more intense in med school. So, okay, first I was 18, and yes, it was happening to me. I was getting bullied, but I didn't even know I was getting bullied. So if you don't know you're getting bullied, you won't feel any of the effects. You'll just kind of brush it off like, oh, that person is just having a bad day, or you actually won't think anything of it. You might not even notice it. And ignorance is bliss. If you don't even know, if you're not even aware, it won't even bother you. So that's what really happened to me when I was 18. But then when I got to 21 and I went to medical school, I actually felt the heat of kind of being bullied, kind of being targeted all the time. But it was really weird because I was only really getting bullied by boys. It was a very strange experience. I was getting only bullied by boys. So that was kind of the first time I had no idea people were jealous of me. I had no idea. No idea. So still like oblivious still. So it really didn't affect me because like nobody really, I didn't even know I was getting bullied, but I look back at the events that happened to me and I was like, oh yeah, it was happening. And then also when I was 18 and I was playing a video game, Granado Espada, I was actually getting heavily bullied by the leadership in the guild I was in. I had no idea. None. No clue. Anyways, so as I got older, I got prettier and then I kept getting bullied more. And actually, I've gotten as the first time I officially got bullied, the year was, I really want to say it was 2021 or 2022. And I actually first got bullied by a girl, and it was so bad. It was so bad. Like the harassment was so bad. It was like so much pressure. I literally I told my mom, and like she just would be like, okay, well, you know, like they're just jealous of you, whatever. But it wasn't like really helpful. Like I said, there really weren't like any resources whatsoever. That was the first time I ever got bullied in my life, and it was from a girl, and I really just didn't know what to do. But one day the game I was playing with her got announced that it was going to get shut down. So as soon as it got announced that it was getting shut down, she just backed off and she just forgot about me and just focused the rest of her time like on the game and just totally forgot about me. So I got really lucky. But it's kind of like if you have a bully, they're just going to spend their whole life trying to make your life miserable. So for that, I was actually in therapy and every single therapy session I would just talk about the girl that was bullying me and coming up with coping mechanisms. Nobody really thought it was like a big deal, not my mom, not my therapist, whatever, but it felt like a really big deal to me, and I'll tell you why that is. So hopefully this helps you with your coping mechanism. So this is the first lesson. The first lesson is, oh, this is kind of weird now because I have 10 viewers. Oh, I don't want to be talking about this, but I have to be recording. So, okay. So this is the first lesson is like, oh, this is really weird. I should be used to this by now though. Okay, the first lesson is that it's just a perceived threat. Hold on, I'm just gonna hide my number so I don't see it. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so the first lesson is that it's just a perceived threat. It's not a real threat. So whenever you feel scared, we are like biologically wired to feel to be able to sense something that is like threatening in order to increase our chances of survival. So because we now live like in a modern world, which in some ways is generally safer than the primitive like caveman years, we actually have different things that set off our nervous system that make us scared of stuff that we're not supposed to be scared of. And you hear me talking about this all the time in my vlogs. I literally, at Anime NYC, when I was vlogging, I was having social anxiety on day, I think it was the third day, and I was telling you guys in the YouTube vlog, I was like, I'm not supposed to be afraid of this. This is not real. You're not supposed to be scared. I'm not supposed to be having a reaction. And then once I faced my anxiety and my fear, it just kind of went away. And of course, if you're getting really bullied in like the heat of bullying, I think the most important thing that you have to do is you have to tell people. So I don't mean like tell your mom and your therapist. I mean, you have to like tell like authority figures. And I also, if you're like in school or something, you should also write down. I always keep mine in Excel, but you can write down and have a place where you always write down every single time something bad happens, because you're naturally wired to try to forget those kind of things. So like when it comes time to like really remember incidents, and you're not gonna remember. So you have to make a list, and you have to remember, and you always have to report it to people that are important and that will do something. Depending on the severity of your bullying, that's how high you have to report it. People really don't. One thing, I think the system is just totally botched, and I think that there needs to be more resources and a better system in all of the different institutions, because there's just no resources whatsoever for bullying. Even adults, they act like it's nothing. Like, it's not nothing, especially for like little kids that don't even know how to like handle it. So as I said, the one resource is realizing that your fear isn't real, and you have to kind of just be very brave. And once you're not afraid anymore, you kind of regain your power. And that's a really advanced step. I learned from like 35 years of practice, basically, how to do that. I don't expect anyone to know how to do that, but I do think that keeping track helps. And telling important figures, not just your parents and not just like your therapist, but also like real authority figures, depending on the severity of your bullying. I promise that, I'm so sorry, but I promise it's never gonna stop. And that's the whole point of bullying. They're never gonna stop. I got really lucky that that girl just stopped randomly. And anyways, so then the more advanced forms of bullying, you won't even get to these phases. I only get bullied now because I'm like a visible public figure. I'm a character. I'm an influencer, so I have a lot to lose, and some people know that. But because I'm smart enough to realize how much I have to lose, I work really hard to protect it and to stay as focused and stable as possible. Remember my goals and stay focused on my goals. Just remember, you have to think from the other person's point of view. Every single time somebody does something to you, why do you think that they did it? 95% of the time, it's just because they're jealous of you. And as humans, it's really hard to imagine, like, why would this person be jealous of me? But it's actually really true. People are really weird. They see something, and we won't understand, because we're the kind of people, we will go out and do something or make something, but not everybody is like that. There are some people that they don't want to make anything, and they don't want to do anything. So instead, they will do very weird things to like try to get in your space and make you think about them. But yeah, so it's just really weird. And as I said, I don't really want to dwell on this subject too long, because I don't think anybody here is like at that level where like they're like an influencer getting bullied, because it's completely different when you're a creator. But I think the earlier part I touched on about like school bullying and video game bullying within your friend group is really real. You might be getting bullied and you don't even know it. Like, imagine you're like playing League with your friends, and then there's always this one person that always makes belittling comments to you or something. that is actually a form of bullying. And if you don't take care of those kind of problems early on, you know, first of all, that's why I don't even have friends. I just feel like I haven't yet found a group of friends that is like as advanced thinking as me, that doesn't have like limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs can really hold you back. If you want to experience like the full potential of what you can do as a human being, you should really just try to do like a little bit of a solo journey. I know that's really hard for me to say to any of you because everybody here has friends, so it's kind of weird. Everybody has friends, but I was kind of isolated and I had to learn how to be on my own. And then after a while I kind of liked it, but then after a while I kind of found like I actually can't be friends with anyone, because if I talk to like really like, if I go on a date, I feel like the person has like really limiting beliefs, and I really can't surround myself with people like that because I have like different ambitions for myself. So I'm just waiting to find people that are like-minded like me before I try to make friends again. But right now I don't have any friends. That's aside from the point. So I hope in this video, I hope in this video that I at least provided some sort of resources for you that were somewhat helpful. If you need more help, just press thumbs up and I will see. If you like the video, then I will make more videos like this. I don't really know. I hope I'm gonna try to get to the right audience when I do the algorithm for this video, but I just finally wanted to put out the bullying video because I want, like, especially if you're new, I hope you're new. If you're new, I just want to let you know that and this is also like for this cause, bullying, and I said I have 2 or 3 other causes too. I wanted to let people know that this kind of stuff, not just the bullying, but my other causes that I haven't revealed yet, they can happen to anyone. So like, some of the stuff that has happened to me, I was like, oh my god, I'm so pretty, I never thought this could happen to me. Like, you hear these stories all the time, but I just never thought like this, it could be me, but it could be you. So I think that the bullying is a really good starting point. If you guys need me to tell you more stories or more ways to cope, please just press thumbs up and I will make another video. Obviously, this is like one of the hardest videos for me to make. It's very embarrassing. It's very, nobody wants to talk about it. You always just want to pretend like, oh yeah, I was always cool, I was always up here, oh, it doesn't bother me. But I'm teaching you how to deal with it because you need to know, and it's unfair and it's unaddressed. Nobody takes it seriously. Even adults don't take it seriously. Everybody, and you know why they don't take it seriously? Is because they never got bullied. Because they're like ugly and unimportant, and they never got bullied. That was the issue when I talked to my therapist and stuff like that. It's like they never got bullied before, so they have no idea what I'm talking about. So we're a totally separate audience. Just remember to tell on people, to important people, and also to always remember to do not be afraid. When you get over the fear, it really changes things. So anyways, I'm gonna post this video now, and thank you for sticking with me. And